Let me give you more reasons to follow the homie Sil for the latest news, scoops, and moves he's about to reveal. From coffee talks to special brews, I'm out of burgers for meals. A cup of bourbon with that tea that's about to get spilled. Like, what's the latest word? Yo, Sil, we need to know. Tell us what you heard. Yo, Sil, we need to know the ins and outs. Who's walking out, buying in? We need to know your thoughts on what's new, what you do to stream a hell of a show. Let's go. Take out your pen and paper, sit down and take notes. Sil is the realest among imposters, scavenging cutthroats. So, what's the latest word? Yo, Sil, we need to know. Tell us what you heard. Yo, Sil, we need to know the ins and outs. Who's walking out, buying in? We need to know your thoughts on what's new, what you do to stream a hell of a show. Let's go. One hell of a show, let's go. Between DC and Marvel, they both have a startle. Disney's moving finicky, let's not mention Star Wars. All these movie execs be drunk off their power, disconnected from the fans in the ivory towers. What's the latest word? Yo, Sil, we need to know. Tell us what you heard. Yo, Sil, we need to know the ins and outs. Who's walking out, buying in? We need to know your thoughts on what's new, what you do to stream a hell of a show. Let's go. When they keep making the same mistake, that's what you call insanity. They can't even acknowledge their self-inflicted calamity. What's the latest word? Yo, Sil, we need to know. Tell us what you heard. Yo, Sil, we need to know the ins and outs. Who's walking out, buying in? We need to know your thoughts on what's new, what you do to stream a hell of a show. Let's go. One hell of a show, let's go. Scoop Senator, Coffee Talks, also covering analytics, making his own reviews, cause it's always been the critics. They clout chasers, money driven, repeating the latest gimmick. Come over to Sil Nation where true vision is given. Listen, what's the latest word? Yo, Sil, we need to know. Tell us what you heard. Yo, Sil, we need to know the ins and outs. Who's walking out, buying in? We need to know your thoughts on what's new, what you do to stream a hell of a show. Let's go. Let's not forget Mikey's son, always special to the crew. From day one when him and Sil got together for special brew. What's the latest word? Yo, Sil, we need to know. Tell us what you heard. Yo, Sil, we need to know the ins and outs. Who's walking out, buying in? We need to know your thoughts on what's new, what you do to stream a hell of a show. Let's go. One hell of a show, I guess I'll finish on this note. When the niggas go flip mode, they turn gremlins, I'm gizmo. Come from my people, my kinfolk. For them I ride for and kill for. With this pistol I'm skillful. She can really escalate till it all goes abysmal. What's the latest word? Yo, Sil, we need to know. Tell us what you heard. Yo, Sil, we need to know the ins and outs. Who's walking out, buying in? We need to know your thoughts on what's new, what you do to stream a hell of a show. I'm a watchman, forever vigilant, steady watching and listening, disciplined, militant, killing these dudes that started visiting. What's the latest word? Yo, Sil, we need to know. Tell us what you heard. Yo, Sil, we need to know the ins and outs. Who's walking out, buying in? We need to know your thoughts on what's new, what you do to stream a hell of a show. Let's go. One hell of a show. Let's go.
What's good? What's good? Yo, we are at an undisclosed location right now. We're on the road right now. Hopefully my audio is good. Shout out to Sil Nation in the chat. Just let me know just real quick if we good. If I gotta do my headphones, I'll do it. But right now we open audio. Much love to the chat. We are here. We're traveling through Indiana. You know, we got the NBA finals. You got my second home, Indiana Pacers. You're giving a 1-2 to OKC. I'm just saying, if you know, you know. But we are here on the road right now. But I had to come live this week because I try to tell y'all, I got my finger to the pulse on what's blowing up as far as marketing, polling, and information dealing with CBM Film Geek News. And I told y'all a couple of days, I was like 48 hours ago, I said, yo, DC Studios and James Gunn Superman, they're hitting on something. And it's causing a lot of conversation. That's why I'm going live on the road. I was going to wait till I got home Sunday night to do this stream. But they was like, yo, you have to put this out here now because Superman is causing a huge conversation this weekend. So much love. I see Music City in the chat. I see Jovic. I see Carlos. Just let me know if the audio is good. If we're good, we good with the open flow. We'll continue with this. But the main topic with this is the James Gunn Superman marketing. And I guess my audio is good because like Carlos, he he didn't say anything on audio. He was just like, "Yo, it's hitting." Okay, great. Thank you, bro. And check me and Carlos. I'll be back at home in time Sunday night. We gotta get our sports show in, man. And you realize, like, I gotta do the DC stuff first, but we try to do our sports stuff too. Still Nation Sports. You already know. Penny in the chat. What's good? The Penny's not driving. Right? But I had to put this out here on the airways because this is actually going insane right now. And I know there's certain people that are like, no one wants the James Gunn Superman. No one wants what's going on with DC right now. I'm just here to tell you that it's definitely some noise going out there. Now let's see. We got Carlos. No worries. Summer Superman for sure. Yeah, we out here, bro. Penny is at home with suppers, so all is well. So let's just jump into this, man, because like I said, I gotta get this on tape right now while we are here. So the first thing, I just did a video a couple of days ago, and I don't know if I hit on this enough, this whole Ohio tax document thing. I don't feel I probably articulated that the best I could. I was like fighting with people in my chat and stuff like that. So the video turned out okay, but I wanted to make sure I got my full thoughts on what's going on and why that tax document wasn't the way to go, right? Exactly, Music City, you got to get it on wax. You know what I'm saying? You already know how we do out here, right? Got to get this on wax, So I was like, okay, let me get this out there. And if I got to cut up something and edit when I get home after this weekend, I'll do it, right? But it was like, no, numbers are crazy. This past 24 hours, we got to get the word out there. So that's what this stream is about, for sure. Hosea in the chat. What's good? Good vibes early. We'll see how this goes. Y'all know when I go live, some things get crazy in the chat, right? We're on X Twitter, of course. I think I'm on my both X Twitter accounts, the main sylabdul account, where I talk all film news and stuff like that, business behind it. And I got the Sylabdul Geek Network as well, where we kind of do more deeper dives in Superman and Batman and stuff like that. And obviously on YouTube as well, the main YouTube channel. So smash a like. Make sure you're still subscribed. Y'all know how it goes. Let's see. Can I play this while I'm on here like this? Okay, yeah. There we go. We got the banner. Yeah. Mobile, baby. Smash a like. Make sure you still subscribe. I'm going to tell y'all why. I'm just getting the word. It was like late last night. They was like, no, this Superman, this TV spots is going crazy. And that's why we're live talking about it today. So, and we're going to talk about it now, right? So let's get into it. Hosea. Okay. I'm a biblical person, Hosea. So I'm just, biblical Hebrew is Hosea. So, and no disrespect to you, Hosea. I got you, bro. I got you. Toby in the chat. What's good? Carlos, Still Nation on the road. Yeah, we on the road, man. We hitting y'all with it. It's all love, man. Let's talk about this 364 million shenanigans. I'm feeling the chat because after that last video, I kind of, I don't know if I articulated it the best, but people was like really hanging on to, that whole tax document thing. I guess let me just kind of pronounce it. So if anyone's out there that's still saying they feel the budget for James Gunn Superman is 364 million or 363.6 or whatever it is, I want to give you the opportunity to actually, because I want to have the conversation. When you come to this channel, I want to have the conversation. It's not about making fun of people's opinions or anything like that, but I want things to be factual, right? So Toby's wild. So just let me know in the comments here who's still on that as far as the Ohio tax document, and we just want to go from there. Let's see. We got homie here. So the 200 million plus marketing speculation, THR is accurate. Well, it's just speculation, right? I'm talking about that Ohio tax document. People are swearing they're living and dying on that hill. When I explained this last year, and people kept going because it started off, I thought it was just a joke, bro. I was like, okay, want to get our jokes off. James Gunn is goofy. Yeah, I believe that. Him and his brother goofy. Yeah. I'm going to crack jokes in them every time. But I'm not going to spread no falsities on them. I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying, throw stuff on them that they're actually not doing. But when they mess up, you know, like as the homie Jovic was saying, if he comes to the stream, you know, we talk DC, notable DC news. But if Warner Brothers messes up, we're going to talk about it. But if they're not really messing up, I'm not going to put that on them, right? And so that's why I was like, yo, we got to chill on that tax document because that wasn't the budget of the film. And I want to make sure I make it very clear today what I was trying to say in that stream. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we'll pick up some other comments in a moment here. Fernando's sick and tired of people talking about the movie budget. I think it's kind of clear. There go Jovic. I know Jovic. What's good? Let's see. Hosea. I want to make sure I respect the pronunciations. It's showing the form in Ohio showing a combination of projects filmed in Cleveland or something like that. Well, yeah, it was mainly Superman. I heard they rolled some of the Peacemaker budget into that as well too, and prior Superman projects, which is Man of Steel 2. They may have threw some Wonder Woman 3 budget in there as well too. But I just want to make clear, like, if there's anyone that's still saying, "Oh, that's the budget," I want to kill this early. Because it's already dead, but I just want to make sure I'm doing this on my channel, killing that whole sentiment. All right. I see Maria in the chat. And shout out to Money Train James. What's good with you, bro? All love, bro. All right, let's see. Toby says here, Ohio tax doc is fluid because they got tax breaks from Ohio, Georgia, and all places they shot. VFX work done in London. True. They give them tax breaks too, but I do not believe it's down to 225 prior to it. Well, yeah, I was told 250 last year, Toby. And I don't know if you was on my channel last year. I was told last year early, before they started shooting the film, that it was going to give James Gunn the budget he got for Guardians 3, which is 250. So I have a video already saying that last year, right? So when they come out and say 225, it's because of some tax breaks and stuff that they got as well too. But specifically, the Ohio tax document, people are swearing by 364 million. And again, I don't know if I articulated that enough on my last stream, but we're gonna do that today. Shout out to Bernard. Hey. That's what I'm saying. I'm glad that we showed up because I don't care about the facts. They don't fit my narrative. Because that's what this is turning into, this whole DC conversation. That's why DC Twitter is cooked. DC Twitter is a mess. You can't get no real consensus from Twitter, to be quite honest, as far as DC, because of people pushing falsities overall, right? So that is what it is. So let me just kind of make it clear. As far as with this whole the stream I did again a couple of days ago, THR came on and said, "Yo, a financial expert says, hey, that 364 ain't off because if you take the film budget and the marketing, yeah, it can hit 364." And I do believe that. If you say the budget's 225 for Superman, then you put, I was told 150, and they speculated up to 200 in marketing on top of the 225. That's what that article was saying, that, yeah, 364 ain't off for marketing and the film budget together. You got goofies out there saying just on the budget alone is 364, and that's false. That's been false since last year. I told you this last year. So what they try to jump on this article 48 hours ago saying, oh, see, it confirms the 364. No, in that article that I read live, they're saying, yeah, 364, if you're talking about film budget plus marketing. And I do believe, yes, James Gunn Superman overall is spending over $375 million for budget marketing. They upped the marketing, and we're going to talk about the marketing blitz today. They up you're going to see Superman everywhere in the next 4 weeks to sell this film, because that's how much they're spending on the film when you add the marketing in. What the idiots on Twitter is saying is, oh, they spent that before marketing. And that's what's false. That's what's false. And it's been proven false. And again, I get it. When I come out with information, I'm always unconfirmed, because I get information, I leak it out, right? I don't go through a true, official outlet, right? When I said Ben Affleck was back in Aquaman, I wasn't official. I'm just this independent leaker, right? When I explained to you all the Henry Cavill scene in Black Adam, I didn't go through THR and everything like that. I came directly through my platform, right? I'm totally independent. So, obviously I got a lot of information from $7. I think I realized that by now, with what was going on with Black Adam and with Henry Cavill coming back. And that was going to be a massive wave if that worked. It didn't. But, it's unofficial routes when I come out with information. But I told y'all last year that tax document wasn't official. And that's not how you come across, movie budgets. That's just not the way you do it. But that article that people are swearing by, saying, oh, they confirmed 364. No. They're adding in the marketing. All right. So I just want to make sure I got that on wax. What was saying in the chat here? Let's see. We'll get this going. And Money Trade. No, that's good. No, and I want to make this very clear. On my platform, I got multiple opinions on my platform. And that's one thing too. I saw in my comment section, people was like, "Oh, sylabdul, he's against the Snyderverse." No, I believe Zach's going to finish his story. I also believe too, James Gunn gonna get his first wave of DCU out there to see if it lands. So don't mix me up with some absolutes that, oh, yeah, either you saying absolutely cancel James Gunn or absolutely no. I'm going to tell you real information. See, what y'all doing on Twitter, what y'all don't realize, there's outlets outside of Twitter. When the Snyder Cut hit, and fact checkers in the chat, y'all gonna agree with what I say right here. When Snyder Cut hit, it wasn't just Twitter alone. It was other social media outlets as well. And overall, worldwide, Snyder Cut hit. You start on Twitter, release the Snyder Cut, and then you go worldwide. On Twitter, you said, James Gunn, $364 million budget. That didn't get past Twitter. That's what I was trying to tell y'all last year. So you're going to be on the right side of history or not, right? Now it's kind of confirmed that, no, they didn't spend that on budget alone. If you add marketing, then that number is something. So Money Train is like, Jovic in the chat. Shout out to Cygnus, Marcus, Neil Sevens. Y'all not rocking with the Superman reboot, but y'all not delusional. right? We're not going to just pass on misinformation because we want something to fail. We're going to say, yo, I ain't rocking with that. And then if it fails, we're going to roast, right? That's how Silk Nation rolls, right? I don't know how everybody else do that. Again, all Snyder fans and Ken folks, because they wasn't rocking with Henry Cavill coming back in Black Adam. I separated from a lot of dudes on so-called Snyder accounts on Twitter, and they were dissing Henry Cavill in Black Adam. So that's well documented, right? But if we won't get our jokes off, let's get our jokes off. But I never suppress people's opinions. But all opinions ain't facts. That's my point. So money train Jane, you already know. As he says here, ain't nobody spent $300 million. I would joke to explain why, but no, I'm saying get your jokes off, bro, because it's not even about suppressing people not rocking with this film, right? No one outside of me is going to speak for my platform and what I'm going to dictate to y'all. Some of y'all was rocking with Peacemaker season 1, and I wasn't. This was in the middle of me with Mikey Sutton, late great Mikey Sutton. I was like, nah, I ain't rocking with Peacemaker. And some of y'all in the chat was like, yo, I'm rocking with it. So don't twist up what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Money Train James, because it ain't about what he's saying. I'm like, it's all love. It's all love what he's doing, man. He's been rocking with Silk Nation, you know what I'm saying, from near the beginning. I welcome all opinions, and I would love to discuss all opinions, but don't give me falsities. I will not press falsities to my channel. In the middle of these doing the Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill stuff, I'm just going to break this to y'all here. In the middle of me breaking those stories, I had antis, I had people in the industry. I still got journalist friends that talks to me still, and they were like, Snyder fans, they take anything that fits their agenda. That's what they was telling me when I was telling y'all Ben Affleck was coming back. Before Momoa confirmed me. Before you saw Black Adam and the Henry Cavill scene that I explained to y'all. Before you saw George Clooney in the Flash film, right? They were telling me, oh, I'm just telling y'all what y'all want to hear. And I took that personal because like, no, I want to give y'all the facts. But what I'm seeing, there's a certain segment of Snyder fans, so-called Snyder fans, that does just want to hear what they want to hear. That does has a confirmation biasness, that just wants something to fit their agenda. Cognitive dissonance is what it's called. That's an actual term where everything has to fit your point of view. Oh, James Gunn DCU is DOA because I say so. I'm telling you, James Gunn is finding an audience with this film, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it in this stream. So it's not about when you're rocking with Silk Nation, it's not about just what you want to hear. We're going to give you the facts. And we're going to clown. We need to clown. But we're not going to just pass false stories. We're not going to do that. You're not rocking with what I've been doing. I've been doing this for 5 summers now. You're not going to rock with what I'm doing if you're just passing false stories because that's what you want to hear. Right? I'm going to present what's actually what is. And if it's worth clowning, we're going to clown on it, right? That's what we're going to do. So Money Train Jane, I just want to make it very clear, man. It's not about, oh, you can't criticize this film. Yovik will tell you right now. Yovik in the chat, he clowns this film every time I go live. I'm not going to suppress that, but I'm not going to press false stories. That's what I'm not going to do. And you're not going to speak for me out there. Yeah. I told those Netflix boys when they was like, oh, something's going to happen, sell Snyderverse to Netflix any day now. And I checked with my people. It's like, no, Netflix ain't trying to buy the Snyderverse, not right now. I tried to tell them, and you see what happened. You see what happened last year, right? They got mad at that information. I'm not going to press y'all information that's not factual. Never going to do it. And there are Snyder fans in this chat right now. They're probably not as vocal. I met some of them in person in full circle. They said, Sil, we in the chat all the time. We just don't talk a lot because you got a lot of aggressive people in the chat. And I said, no, they're saying, keep doing your things. Smash the like, make sure you subscribe. And I was like, yo, I ain't going to press you. Do your thing. And they was like, but yo, like, we're not, going to be all toxic and stuff and be like, everything's DOA and, because I said so and stuff like that. So you got Snyder fans who rock with, you got DC fans who are fans of the Snyder version of DC. And they watch this stream every week. And you got journalists as well. They're DC fans who rock with what Snyder did. And they're saying, oh, we're going to see what happens with James Gunn. But we're not going to press false stories. So there's 364 million shenanigans, as I said here, is false. And that the Hollywood Reporter article did not confirm that at all. At all. So anyone, again, that's going to spam this, you're just going to look like an idiot. I'm just going to be quite honest with you out there. And this James Gunn Superman film can come out and fall on his face. And I'm going to cover this live with y'all. If it succeeds, we'll talk about that as well, too. I haven't changed. Again, I've been doing this for 5 summers. I haven't changed at all. Right? A lot of people just want to get clout on their hashtags, and again, it ain't even dissing the Netflix boys, but I told them this last year. I said, no, ain't nothing happening with Netflix right now. You can wait, see what happens. I'm not going to sponsor that every stream. And now you got people saying James Gunn Superman is going to DOA day one. That's not what it's tracking to do. I'm never here to give y'all false stories. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to allow y'all to put false stories in my chat as well, too. I'm going to challenge whatever y'all putting in my chat. I'm very active with that, right? We got Money Train, Jane. We're going to, because I got a few things I want to get to y'all. Money Train, 400. Most of the market's been cheap. They're ramping up now, though, Money Train. I'm going to talk about that today. Fast Food 2 trailers, clips on social media. Yeah, you're at the right range. You're at the right range. And again, it's not even about trying to say, oh, you can't criticize this film. Go ahead, like, oh, I clown anything that's worth clownable. I'm just saying, that's what it is. Bernard Siemens about to flood the timeline. It's flooding it now, Bernard. We're gonna talk about this, man. It's crazy out here. Again, it's not just Twitter. It's not just Twitter out here, y'all. That's what people got to realize. Everyone's in their whole circle jerk, every day saying, oh, if I tweet this out and, I get 100 people to retweet it, then it's taking over the world. No. The Snyder Cut took over the world as a global phenomenon, not just Twitter alone. It took over all social media platforms and went worldwide. That's what people aren't understanding. It's not about your circle jerks. Shout out to Yovik. I see you. Let me catch you with the chat. I got behind because I went ranting, and then my phone is gonna die because I'm talking too much right now. Let me see. Toby, Twitter going crazy. The rap said 25 million next day. THR says 400. Well, because of marketing. Yeah. That's all that was. THR was talking about marketing. Let's see what Peter Safran is saying. Peter Safran, he's part of he's co-head of DC Studios. Grant Ross said Hollywood kind of is shady and brilliant. See, Peter, see. You don't realize Grace. I argued with Grace Randolph. I showed y'all the DMs. Grace Randolph has her own agendas. I'm gonna just let you know this, okay? But she says Hollywood Reporter accounting is shady, brilliant. The studio inflate move budgets to get more tax incentives. Yeah, I said this last year. That's what I'm upset about. Is that? But again, I know the real people of Civil Nation. They caught what I said last year before they even filmed this film. That's what they were doing with this budget. So now it's just brand new news for people like Peter Safran. All scooping you last year. Peter Safran, shout out to Money Trade Jays. Again, I you know what I'm saying? I'm good. That's why I went on Jovic and Sickness. They're like, yo, I ain't messing with this reboot at all. And I respect them because they're not making up stories and making up agendas. Get your jokes off, do your thing, but I'm gonna give you the real information, as far as what's going on. And Money Train James, he's a part of that as well too. He says, I agree. WB not throwing money at this. They playing it smart. How about market for 6+ months? They started last leg of the race. Yeah, exactly. And that's what's happening right now, and that's what we're going to talk about for sure. For sure. Let's see. Let me catch up with the chat here. Keep your thing. Oh yeah, for sure. No, I did this since day one, Maria. As far as integrity, because again, people, in the middle of that whole rush of 2022 with Black Adam and everything, and Cavill coming back and stuff like that, and that's when my channel really grew because I had a lot of exclusive information then. And I've had information since then. It's just, people don't care what I say about other stuff. But I've always was like, I'm going to give you the real information. And when people was telling me, oh, y'all just going to hear whatever I say and just, fit your agenda, I was like, nah. I was like, my audience is smarter than that. And then, like, a good segment of them weren't smart. Like, there's a lot of dumb people that were listening to me for a couple of years straight that still didn't get the point. But the ones that remain, I think they get what I've been saying, and we're going to continue as well too. But we're going to get to what the information I would definitely want to get you to. No, Peter, and that's the point right there. I said this last year. Like that's what's upsetting me is people's coming to this conclusion, and I got 3 streams about this, about creative accounting, inflating numbers, carrying over budgets from past productions to get tax incentives. All of Hollywood does this, but because people want to fit their agenda, they want to say, this is just what it is because it fits what I feel. I'm saying, now I don't want y'all to set yourselves up like that. I want to give you the real as far as what's going on. And chat real quick. We got new people coming in the chat. Again, we're on X Twitter. We're on both Twitter accounts, the main sylabdul account, the sylabdul geek account. We're on YouTube as well. Smash a like. Make sure you still subscribe. I think we're done with this whole 365 million shenanigan thing. I don't see people stepping up talking about this right now. So we just going to assume we're done with this, right? Overall, what they're spending is 225, probably plus 150. And so that's why they're saying, yeah, we can work with 500 million, but we kind of want 700 million. You see the math for that, right? Let's check out the chat right now. Much love, Soul Nation. We're going to get to this marketing shenanigans as well. Well, not shenanigans. They're actually doing numbers out here, bro. I'm here to tell y'all right now, they're about to reach hyperdrive with this marketing, and we're going to see what they do. Let's see. Look at the chat. Hold up. It jumped on me, so I apologize. All right, money train. Okay. I'm not labeling you a hater, bro. I just want to make it clear. I'm just not a gun guy. Exactly. And I got several Snyder fans who watch this channel regularly, and they're just like, I want Zach to finish your story, which I believe he still will be able to. And But I'm not rocking with what Gunn's doing. I agree. I don't like Peacemaker. I don't know if I'm gonna like this Superman film. I don't know. I haven't seen the film yet. But I think that they're getting their marketing together, right? And that's why we're going to be live talking about it. I'm just not a Gunn guy. Just keep my negative energy. No, you're good. You're good. It's going to do what it's going to do. If I hear it good, I might check it out. Okay, we all good, bro. We all good, bro. I'm not trying to make you the face of that money. But I'm just saying you was a good example because like you and like I said, I've mentioned Sickness, Jovic, people that's been in my chat for I'm saying almost 5 summers now. They're like, yeah, I want Zach to finish the story. I ain't rocking with this. And I'm going to tell you why. Y'all cool. It's the goofballs who comes in here and saying, oh, it's 364 million and DOA. And no, y'all goofy out there. Y'all, those people like that. No, y'all aren't a part of the essence of what this platform is, what Sil Nation is doing. I try to give up real information from day one. I would not allow fake information. You got other channels out there where they indulge in the fake information. Y'all do your thing out there. Do your thing. Get your clicks. Do it. I want my words. It's not about just for the moment that I want my words to be out there. I want it to last forever. I want y'all to pull up a stream from me and say, yo, he put out real information and it lasts forever, right? That's me. That's the difference between me and 90% of content creators out there, right? I don't care. You're going to get more views putting up that BS. You're going to get a lot of views with that. I don't want that. Nah, I want y'all to revisit what I say months from now. Say, oh, yeah, no, he was on it. I got old streams from Mikey Sutton on my channel right now where he gave you the first review of the Snyder Cut. A lot of people don't realize this. On this platform, Mikey Sutton, late great Mikey Sutton, came out here and he gave you the first review of the Snyder Cut before it came out. That lives forever, right? When I explain to you all the details of the scene of Cavill and Black Adam, that lives forever. Not this fake stuff. Nah. And I said, get your junk food. Those junk food channels. Do your thing. That's not me. That's not sylabdul. It never has been. Never will be. Do your thing. Let's see. We got Johnny here. I actually like Peacemaker. Gunn just needs to oversee characters like that and stay from Superman. He's doing Superman, Johnny. So you messed up right there. You can't get away from that. He's doing Peacemaker. So it's over. All right, so let's catch up with chat. I want to move forward. I just wanted to kind of make sure, make it very clear what I'm saying publicly. No one else speaks for me. I speak for myself. All right. Michael says it's irrelevant if Gunn Superman succeeds or fails. I just have zero interest in supporting anything. I feel you. Make sure it's up there. I feel you. Yeah, not challenging that at all. There's a lot of people like you. There's a lot of people who were fans of the Snyder approach, and they want to give this chance. And there's some that don't want to give it a chance, right? We're feeding everybody, right? Shout out to Yovi. You already know. All right, let's see what Toby's saying here. Say they got to do at least Man of Steel numbers. No, I agree. I've said since last year, and again, that rap article pretty much repeated what I said from the past year, that if it just does 500 million, this James Gunn Superman, that they're ready to spend that. They said this in the article, right? I got I just did the stream covering the article, right? And I got my streams from last year to back up what I said, what I've been told. They're ready to spend 500 million. I feel the film needs to make at least 600 million. That article says 700, they'll be happy. So it's between like a 600 or 700 million thing that they have to make. But if it does under 600, if it's like 5 to 600, then they will find some way to spend that overall. So yeah, we're on the same page with that. That's no contradiction. What we're saying. Let's catch up what we're saying in the chat. Yovik never liked a single movie from James Gunn. You don't like any of the Guardians film? Really. I want to really challenge you on that, Yovik. Like, you've been a long time viewer of the channel. James Gunn did 3 Guardians films. Now I understand you don't like part 2. No one likes part 2. Part 1, everyone likes part 1. And 2/3 of the likes part 1 likes part 3. So I cannot agree. I cannot agree, Yovik, what you're saying, that you didn't like any of the Guardians films. You at least like part 1, and Nicole Perlman wrote that one. So you gotta like part 1 at the very least. And then part 3, if you just really get jiggy with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can't accept that you don't like none of them. Let's catch up here. Peacemaker season 1 was trash. James says season 2 might be better. And I'm gonna put this up here because you're thinking exactly what I'm thinking. Money Train James is that I didn't like part 1. I didn't watch part 1 all the way through. Once I got to episode 3, I was like, nah, I'm done. This ain't for me. Right. And then I tried to come back towards the end, and then all of us saw the finale because of the Justice League cameo, right? All of us saw the finale of Peacemaker. I wasn't impressed, but Gunn is really pushing season 2. He's really trying to push different elements and this whole multiverse, pocket universe thing, which is going to attach to the Superman film. So I'm willing to give season 2 a chance. I'm willing, just like any project, any series, I'm going to give you a couple episodes and we're going to see. We're going to see what we do, right? Ain't no confusion. Ain't no confusion out here. Let's see. Yeah, the dance off. Yeah, okay, I got you. Toby's best Gun movies, Dawn of the Dead. You wild. Zach wrote him out of Dawn of the Dead. That's wild. So I'm glad. Okay, we're ready to purge this whole 364 million shenanigans. Okay, so let me purge this away. Let's get rid of that. Right? Let's get rid of that. Now let's get into the show. This is just a warm up. I spent like 40 minutes warming up the show. Let's do rapid fire right now. First off, because when I say about falsities, I'm not about pushing false stories. That's just, I'm not a fan. I want my words to live forever. Right? Everybody not in the business for that. I get it. There's different lanes in this. I can get my cotton candy and I can say, oh, I hate everything I see in this trailer. And I'll get all the views I want. But first off, I have a day job. So the day job. And I have real people in my life that watches my channel. And I'm like, I'm a real person. I'm not a caricature. You got people out there want me to tap dance and, Sambo it up. Saying, oh, I hate James Gunn. Nah, hey, James Gunn's goofy, but I ain't got nothing personal. Like, I don't want to punch James Gunn in his face when I see him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm good. So, I want to give y'all real information. You know what I'm saying? To live on in generations of my family. They can watch my platform and say, oh, yeah, he gave you real information. So this Superman lawsuit, I told y'all this as soon as it came up. I said, y'all know this Cap, right? I mean, I was like, I think I'm speaking to DC fans. Do y'all know the Schuster account? Again, Joe Schuster, he's a co-creator of Superman, who passed away. And his estate continues to file lawsuits against Warner Brothers years after so let me make this clear. His estate, so it's after Joe Shuster passed away, his estate made a bad deal with DC and Warner Brothers for Superman. So I don't know if they had a proper legal, appearances and people that was around them to properly give them the information to get a proper deal for the co-creator of Superman. They sold his rights. They sold his rights for a ham sandwich and a bag of potato chips and like a lifetime supply of Coca-Cola. This is just figuratively. That's what they got. like that's what they did. You created Superman, co-created, and you just got like a bunch of lunches for the rest of your life. That's an L. That's an L on the estate. And so they try to come back and say, oh, let's challenge anytime Superman comes out. So when Brandon Routh Superman Returns came out, they tried to challenge that. I think they got broke off for that. They gave him a little money for that. And then when Zack Snyder's Man of Steel came out, they came back out and say, yo, we got some grounds. And I think that was thrown out. And then this is why I'm upset about a certain segment of Zack Snyder fans. Because this Joe Shuster estate tried to block Zack Snyder's Justice League. And you got these same goofies online who said, oh yeah, Joe, the Schuster estate got a point. They was trying to block Zack Snyder's Justice League. F this estate. Okay, this ain't Joe Schuster. This is the estate. This is his descendants, his lineage. Nah. Y'all rocking with that? That's how I know it's cognitive dissonance. It has to fit your agenda. And we're not the same. We're not the same. The DC fandom is fractures, and the Snyder fandom is fractures as well, too. I don't rock with anyone from the Snyder fandom that's rocking with the Schuster estate who tried to block the Snyder cut. No, but it don't fit your agenda for this week, right? Yeah. F off. F off. All right? We're not the same. We're not the same. What are we saying? What are we saying in the chat here? WB lawyers get paid $10,000 an hour. Of course, this is going to get squashed in the courts. This happens every time a live action Superman depiction comes out. So now I don't rock with people saying, "Oh, I'm going to side with the Schuster estate who tried to block the Snyder cut." But are you for Zack? Is it for Zack? Because if it's not for Zack, then who's it for? That's sort of rhetorical, but I'm going to give you the answer. It's for yourself. It's for your own hashtag agenda. But what you got to realize on Twitter, your hashtag agenda has to transcend. It can't just be your circle jerk on Twitter. The Snyder Cut wasn't just on Twitter. It hit every social media platform, and it became a global phenomenon. Are you a global phenomenon with your hashtag event? That's what you got to ask yourself. That is rhetorical. That is rhetorical right there. Now, when I saw the Schuster account pop up, I'm like, I remember they tried to block Zack Snyder's film. But it's not about that, right? It's got to fit your agenda, right? Nah, we're not the same. We're not the same. Why they're able to do this over and over, I mean, that's just, like Maria, like just to be cool. I don't know if you're in the States, Maria, but like you can pull up a suit every week if you want. You can go to your local court and file a suit every day if you really want to. So they're allowed to do this because they're like, oh, we got some precedence because we own the co-creator of Superman. And though Joe Shuster has passed away, we're his estate, and he has a right to a piece of live action Superman. This happens every time. Superman Returns, what was that? 06? Man of Steel, 2013. Zack Snyder's Justice League, 2021. James Gunn Superman, 2025. All this, it sounds the same. But again, you got goofies on Twitter thinking everything just about Twitter alone. You got to transcend that. You can't just be just Twitter alone. That's what you can do. So, Maria, just to let you know, because James Gunn trying to write a follow up to this film, or if let's say James Gunn fails, and let's scrap all this, which half my audience would love to see, and they reboot this. Then the next Superman film that comes out 6 years from now, 6 to 8 years from now, the Schuster account's gonna pop up again. You know what I'm saying? So that is what it is. That's what it is. Let's keep it going. And actually, I was supposed to bring up the picture when I said that. I got too passionate. Let's throw this up here. New York judge on Wednesday, this past Wednesday, denied the Schuster. I spell their name wrong all the time. Okay. Estate's bid to block the international release of Superman because they have no domestic rights at all. They signed all that away for a ham sandwich and some potato chips and a life supply of Coca-Cola. Relatively. They signed it all the way. And they get broke off every time, but they don't feel like it's enough. And I get it. Hell, I'm not even saying like, oh, they shouldn't challenge this. No, I'm saying, hey, do your thing, but you shouldn't decide away the rights to a co-creator of Superman for a ham sandwich on a hoagie with a spear pickle. Like that's what these dudes did. That is what it is. And then you had accounts out there that I guess they call themselves Snyder fans. And they're like, they're gonna block Superman. These are the same accounts said, they're gonna cancel James Gunn Superman. They're gonna cancel it. Then they was like, it's gonna be tax write-off, right? My thing was Silv Nation. Again, I ain't trying to speak for everyone. When I'm talking about Silv Nation, we're not gonna be delusional. That's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna take things for what it is. I'm a realist. I deal with reality. I'm saying, okay, this movie's coming out. Okay, we're gonna see what it do. If it fails, man, that's gonna be some crazy streams. I remember the Matt Reeves Batman stream when I first saw that film. I was like, my first reaction was like, oh, it's trash. I made a decent amount of money. But we're gonna see. When I see this Superman film, we're gonna give the same honest reaction to the film. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Music City was good, so they fell for the WWE package. Yeah. They got the ham sandwich deal, Music City with a dill pickle and a bag of potato chips and a lifelong supply of Coca-Cola. And it's like, maybe we shouldn't have sold the rights of Superman for that. Maybe I should have got a mansion or a piece of a business, right? Like, co-creator of Superman? Bro, I want half of DC. That's what I would have said. And we can debate like because if you own the rights to the Batman, you should get like a good portion of DC. But Superman, I was like, I want half of DC. Whatever DC does, I just want half. That's it. I'm just gonna live off of that. These dudes say, no, I just want some hoagie sandwiches, dill pickles, and lifelong supply of Coca-Cola. It's like, man, maybe we should have asked for more. Too late. Schuster account. These dudes, bro, they crazy out here. They got a lifelong supply of $5.99 meals from McDonald's. That's pretty much what they got. They getting scraps. With Joe Schuster co-created Superman, you should have owned half of DC. That's what I would have asked for. I'm like, if my predecessor owned the co-created Superman, I'm like, let's get half of DC. Bro. And Batman should own like 3/4 of DC, to be quite honest with you. Crazy out here, bro. The Batman wasn't trash, but it was a snooze fest. Although Matt Reeves probably the happiest guy. No. Matt Reeves, he hasn't gained a Superman bombs. He hasn't gained by that. So okay, lawsuit dropped, right? So let's move on. Let's move on with that. Now, more news came out is that Superman picture locked. James Gunn put out a post saying he's down with the VFX and everything with the film, and his picture locked. Clink clink. Superman. Let's move the banner out the way. If you can see the post there, he's 100% done. He's out here, bro. Picture a month before the release. Now, I don't want people to take that too far, saying, "Oh, there's so much confidence." No, I mean, bro, your picture should be done, bro. Like, I ain't gonna give you no feather in the cap that you finished your film before it's supposed to come out. And I'm just saying. But it is what it is. I am glad it is locked up. You don't need no extra work done 2 weeks before it comes out. A la Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. They did work 2 weeks before that film came out. Now, Superman is picture locked. Reportedly, allegedly. What do we think? When a film is picture locked, that means the studio, DC Studios, and its parent company, Warner Bros. Discovery, is happy with what this film is. They saw the cuts multiple times. Mike DeLuca, Pam Abdy, head of Warner Brothers, though they're not a part of the parent of DC Studios, they're adjacent to DC Studios, but they distribute the film. Let me make this clear, because I saw this online the last day or so. Again, because I pride myself on factual information. Again, you can rock on with falsities and memes all you want, but when the truth comes out, you gotta stand behind your lie or apologize. Mike DeLuca, Pam Abdy, head of Warner Brothers Films, they distribute DC films, but James Gunn, Peter Safran doesn't answer to them. They answer to David Zaslav of Warner Bros. Discovery. Someone put out some kind of website or something saying, Gunn and Safran answers to DeLuca and Abdy. I have audio of DeLuca and Abdy saying that James Gunn and Peter Safran doesn't answer to them. All right? Oh, I gotta grab my charger. Hold on. My phone's gonna die live. But I have audio of that, right? Let's do on that. In the chat, did you believe that Gunn and Safran answers to Mike DeLuca, Pam Abdy? ... Give me 15 seconds. All right. We're back. Knocking over stuff. Picture lock. What does that mean? Doesn't mean anything. I think I gotta hold my phone now. Hold on. We got in the chat. No comment. That's wild. Gunn said no one has authority over his movie because DC Studios is a separate entity. WB cannot give no notes. Right. But no, the authority, let's be clear, Toby. WB doesn't have authority over DC Studios, but Zaslav has authority over DC Studios. All right. Yeah. Let's make sure there is a authority over DC Studios. And as I reported for the past year, David Zaslav and his consultants have been very, active as far as, let's tweak this, let's, do this in the film. Let's cast this person. I talked about this very, very heavily overall. Make sure my picture's still good here. Oh, got too much going on right now. Let's see. All right. Oh, let's do this like this. We got in the comments. Zaza made that clear day one. Yeah, Peter, but people still, again, peddle false information. So that's what makes my streams pertinent, because it's so much false information. I could go live every week because I keep putting out false stuff. Just saying. Superman pre-sales dropping June 11th. That's next Friday. Am I right with that? Yeah, next week. It will be live. We talked about Jurassic World has pre-sales out. Fantastic Four broke the record for the year, but we don't know what that number is. So that's kind of capped for Fantastic Four. I'm just trying to give y'all the real. I don't know what that number is for Fantastic Four, but we're going to find out. Superman comes out, as far as pre-sales, next Friday. Shout out to DC Film News. They mocked together this graphic here. July 11th, Superman pre-sales. Now, I talked to y'all about my last stream about Jurassic World. There's been a lot of talk about Jurassic World Rebirth, and that's going to be $1 billion guaranteed, and it probably still will. But I still say it's like 800 to 900, because Minecraft didn't hit $1 billion. I thought it would. It kind of ran out of steam because China has been kind of weird. China may give you that little boost to $1 billion, but we'll see. But Jurassic World has been tracking behind, according to what I heard. And again, this is me. I've been getting information. Again, I'm going on 5 summers now. So I've been getting information for a while now. And when tracking is going left, I hear about it, right? And so with Jurassic World Rebirth, I'm hearing like, it's kind of behind the previous 3 films, the Jurassic World, Dominion, and Fallen Kingdom, and the first one. They probably get like 120, which is like, okay, it's kind of like embarrassment of riches. You're losing getting 130 million opening. That's Minecraft numbers. But that's maybe what this Jurassic World Rebirth will do. I think it still will do well. It may not be the pencil-in $1 billion film, is what I heard, right? According to pre-sale numbers and just chatter. So that's the difference between me and a lot of people. They just stuck on their circle and circle jerks. And they're like, oh, my family says they don't like this film. Now, I'm talking about polling information and tracking that I get from exhibitors for several years now. Is that Jurassic World is tracking behind the previous Jurassic World films. But it still would do 120 to 130. Oh, let me see what it said in the chat, because we're all watching Jurassic World. Yeah, for sure. ScarJo, yeah, we'll have fans. I think Jurassic World will do okay, but will it do crazy numbers? I think it will do okay, like Minecraft, which did great opening. It became a phenomenon for a couple of weeks, and then it leveled off at around, 900 million. I think that's what Jurassic World Rebirth will do. And that's according to its pre-sales and early tracking numbers, right? So that's one thing. Okay, we got to throw Superman in this, right? So Superman, I think will have a good head of steam, and I think it will do pretty decent opening. And I think it will make more than Jurassic World Rebirth. You know, when Superman opens up, I'm not saying Lifetime. Like, people love the twist stuff. Jurassic World Rebirth will open up, let's say 130. Let's say 120 for my math. Okay. It opens up 120 million opening weekend. July 4th weekend, the kids, families, everyone's going to see Jurassic World. Great number, great opening number. Second weekend, it's going to drop 50%. So what's 50% of 120? 60 million. That's the week Superman opens up. I believe Superman will open up at about 100 million. And we'll talk about this in a moment with the marketing blitz that they're doing. That's going to be Jurassic World Rebirth the second week. So Superman is going to open up pretty good. And I think Jurassic World Rebirth will do its thing. And again, make about 900 million and 900. And that is what it is. Fantastic Four had the greatest pre-sales numbers of 2025. We'll see what that translates to because we have no numbers. We have no numbers to what they really opened up to in pre-sales. That means Marvel wrote the check. I'm trying to tell y'all, see, people don't want the truth. People don't want true numbers. They just want circle jerk information. That's what I'm learning. No matter what you're a fan of, DC, Snyder, Gunn, people want circle jerk information. So, Fantastic Four, I don't know how good those pre-sales numbers really is. I'm calling cap. Who said DC doesn't? CR? If that's your real name? Like, what do you are you defending Marvel or DC? Like, what are you talking about here? Fantastic Four came out and said, oh, the biggest Fandango numbers of 2025, but we have no numbers. Everybody writes checks, CR. Maybe you new here. So we'll see how really good Fantastic Four really is doing, is my point. We're going to see what Superman does. And again, it says June 12th, but I was told June 11th. Those tickets are going to go on sale next Friday. Is my numbers wrong with that? Is that 13th? So that's next Wednesday. Whatever. F all corporations, CR. I ain't got my dates straight. But the point, next week, Superman's pre-sales are going on sale. Look at this picture off here, man. Because this isn't even an accurate picture. It is what it is. Yo, first off, real quick. If you're on YouTube, first off, if you're on Twitter, go and just share the stream. Keep commenting on it, whatever. If you're on the YouTube channel, smash a like. Make sure you still subscribe. We're talking all notable DC news and other notable CDM geek news, box office, plus the business behind it. And as Yova will say, anytime Warner Bros. Discover messes up, all right, we here live. Not sponsored by this soft drink company right there. But what we got next? Because we're building up to a story. See, y'all think we should be out here playing. Y'all think this is we're gonna talk about the Superman marketing blitz that's happening on social media. We got word that they definitely upped the money that they're putting into this film. And so now you got this marketing blitz of character posters. All right. Y'all getting this full frontal. All the heroes. Crypto is number 2 before Mr. Terrific. So I'm a little upset about that. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Hey, I'm just gonna go with this experience. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. July 11th. I may see it a little earlier, but still, we're gonna find out. Y'all saw all the crypto scenes except one scene. But anyway, crypto is like the second character in this film. But no, then we got the actually no, we got the villains first. Hold on. Let's go here. We got the Lex Luthor engineer. Metamorpho looks dope. Hold on, let's see what's in the chat. Hold on. Let's see. Metamorpho looks dope. When I heard the engineer was in this film, I was very excited for that. So that was dope. And we're gonna see what they do overall. And then we got the Daily Planet crew, Lois Clark, etc., Jimmy, Perry, Cat, and that douche down there. Marketing blitz, it definitely has picked up for this film. All right. So outside of that, they put this out here, which I thought was very interesting. This here, and let me move this banner out the way. This I was like, oh, okay, this marketing team. Because again, just to make very clear to people, my day job is marketing. Right, I'm into marketing, so that's this is kind of how I get different ties to people. This was the perfect way to market this film. I was like, whoever came up with this tag, they got an extra 100,000 probably. I give them 50 for the year. You see what they said? Superman, summer is looking up. This is the new marketing team. And I said they're getting cocky, but because I think they grabbed something. And if you see on the right side there, as I said, there's a summer, and this is the TV spot I don't think it's worldwide yet. And we got some images from this TV spot that may push this film to 700 plus. This is the best TV spot this film has put out. And we got some images from it. And again, I don't think everybody's even seen it yet. And I think they realize they got something really good with this. They're going to really package this for this next month for this film. But you see the tagline. We knew before this, early in this film, the tagline was "Look up," right? Look up, right? So now they evolved this tagline. I was like, this he got a raise for this one. Summer is looking up. Superman. Yeah, you're getting a good package for that. Because you're pushing this film and you're leaning into the social media discourse and everything with that. And I think they got a winner with this marketing campaign right now. And especially the scenes they put out there. And we got some screen grabs of this and a little video as well, too. We got Hosea. Hold up. Got you. I'm hyped for this. If it's trash, I'll say so. If it's great, I'll say that too. Only question left for me is the movie good? And yeah, and again, that's any question. I think that's what any question anyone should have, Hosea, is that, are we entertained, right? When we see this film, I'm a DC fan first, and I want the best for DC. I remember being in the theaters for Batman and Robin, and I was a huge fan of the Nightfall comics leading up to DC to the Batman and Robin film, and they bastardized Bane. I was just very disappointed in the middle of the theater. I was like, dang, but in hindsight, I was like, oh, Batman and Robin's actually not a totally bad film. But we'll talk about that another time. But they destroy the Bane character. My thing is this, am I going to be entertained when I see this film? I was actually entertained when I saw Batman and Robin. I'm gonna be real. I was actually entertained after like second or third views. My first view, I was very disappointed. But that's gonna be the question for James Gunn Superman. Are we entertained? And we actually have to see the film to answer that. But this marketing push here, and Batgirl wasn't bad, Sierra. I don't know. You gotta watch Batman and Robin again. Batgirl wasn't the problem. But are we going to be entertained watching this film? I got Jovic. I'd rather watch Batman and Robin than the Batman. Hey, I'm just saying, Batman and Robin, and I have a Batman channel, sylabdul Geek Network. Check that out. Link in the description. You should be able to find it. I'm going to do some rewatches of several things, and we're going to revisit old Superman projects. I got a Superman channel. I got a Batman channel. I got an overall DC channel where we'll rewatch Peacemaker season 1. Batman and Robin, I already did my rewatch. I was entertained. I was entertained watching Batman and Robin. I was upset at the Bane scenes. The Bane, like I need a supercut without Bane scenes. But Batman and Robin is actually not a bad film. I'll talk about that in the future. But summer is looking up, is what those 2 graphics on the right says. Give that man a raise. He may have saved the Superman marketing. He just may have. I'm just saying that's a great tagline. If I would have thought that, I would expect like 50,000 for the year. If I come up with that, yeah, give me an extra. All right. We'll see. We'll see. Now we got some clips. We got some clips of what they came out, new footage. That's what the tagline of this video is. We're talking about new footage of Superman. I want to get y'all thoughts because we're talking about DC. So I got to go to the viewers. What are we feeling? Right. So the first clip here, I said on multiple platforms that Superman's kind of aura farming. I think that's what the Gen Z audience. I know I feel a little old. I had a recent birthday. I'm an OG for real now. And I feel this is aura farming right here. One more time. One more time. I mean, it was a nice little explosion, and okay, you posing out here. That's what I thought the kids say. Aura farming. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know in the chat. Who's liking that shot? Appreciate you, Sierra. Yeah, we OG for hey, we out here. You know what I'm saying? I know, and this is what I want to say with the marketing. I'm glad you threw out that OG right there because what made Minecraft a massive success and Lilo and Stitch and perhaps Fantastic Four, we'll see what happens with that. The Gen Z audience is very important for this summer blockbuster, box office. You need to get that audience where it's like, they're under 20. Are they going to go see your film? They went to see Minecraft. They went to see Lilo and Stitch because they grew up with Lilo and Stitch, that awful Stitch character in the animated film in 2002. And they had an animated show, and then they had another like straight to DVD film. So you had a generation growing up with Lilo and Stitch, and they're crushing it, right? And then they were also gamers, and they like Minecraft, and they crushed it. Will Superman? That's my question today, because no one put this out there yet. Because they talk about Silver Age I did a video on my Superman channel. We're talking about Silver Age Superman and bros and boomers, right? That's gonna. Are you gonna support Superman? But you need the Gen Z audience. You need these young people to support this Superman film. Is Superman cool enough for Gen Z? That's what we're gonna find out next month. The stuff they put out there, it's for the bros and boomers. It's like Mission Impossible numbers. That's what I think Superman's going to do. Because I don't know if this is cool enough for the kids. What are we saying here in the chat? Appreciate you, CR. Yeah. Belated birthday. It's all good. Hey. I wasn't dissing Lilo and Stitch fans. I'm just saying I wasn't a fan. But I'm saying the Gen Z audience likes it. Homelander's cooler. So Man of Steel. And see, this is why I took issue when I covered that rap article last week. They confirmed my $500 million number, first off. And then they put up the 225 budget. And they said Warner Bros. Really wants $700 million for the Superman film to feel comfortable and win the headlines. And then they put out there, will the Gen Z audience want to modernize Superman? That was Man of Steel. 2013. You Gen Zers grew up on Henry Cavill. So that is the real question to if this film will tilt or not, because I feel the Gen Z audience rocks with Man of Steel, Henry Cavill, more than what they're seeing with Corn Sweat. That's what I feel. Now, me personally, I like the Henry Cavill. I like the leaning into the death of Superman and stuff like that, stuff I've seen in the comics and New 52. But Gen Zers, I think they will like Henry Cavill as well, too. I don't think they want Silver Age Superman, which is what James Gunn is giving, right? So I don't know if that's a miscalculation of James Gunn and DC Studios, is that you and again, they wouldn't have known this before they made this film. They didn't know Minecraft was going to go crazy. No one knew that, right? And Lilo and Stitch, that's Disney live action. That's hit or miss, right? Because you got a Mufasa, you got a Snow White. Two different spectrums. Lilo and Stitch went more Mufasa plus, right? But I think if DC really realized if they were factoring in Gen Z, which again, this is people that are less than 20 years old, who crushed for Minecraft and crushed for Lilo and Stitch, would they have done the Silver Age Superman route? I wouldn't have. I would have leaned more. I would have brought Henry Cavill back. I think the Gen Zers love Man of Steel. If they would have, had a chance to see it in his real rollout. So that's going to be the question. Is it going to be enough for the bros and boomers? And I think as far as what I heard with the marketing for James Gunn Superman is that they feel they will get a female demographic because of the Clark and Lois relationship. That's why they put this in the trailer. They actually scored well. Again, people can fight against it all they want. I've been doing this for 5 summers. I've been getting numbers and polling and everything. And I told y'all crypto was scoring pretty good for kids, women and children. And Clark and Lois is scoring really good for women. James Gunn, DC Studios feel they has a full 4-quadrant film for Superman. That is male, female, older, younger. They feel they have it. My thing is that now we're realizing Gen Z is a needle mover in the box office. And in hindsight, maybe they shouldn't have leaned into Silver Age. They should have gave you more New 52 or Earth 1 Superman, which is Henry Cavill's Superman, right? So that's just my thoughts on that. We're going to see. The numbers are going to, tell us either way. Yeah, here I like Reeves Superman when I was a teen, but I outgrown that version. Cal was my favorite. Yeah, and I think Gen Z. If you line up Superman right now for these kids right now who crush for Minecraft and crush for Lilo and Stitch, I think they would pick Henry Cavill Superman over Cornswell Superman. I actually agree with that. I agree with that. What we got? We got in the chat. Johnny said, no, Batman and Robin was the end result of fire. Hey, rewatch Batman and Robin. Rewatch Batman and Robin. You'll be surprised. I love it, though. That's just my take. I watched it again like a couple of days ago. I was like, this wasn't a bad opening. They was chasing Mr. Freeze, and they had different gadgets. And Poison Ivy and Uma Thurman came in there. I was like, oh, she carried the second act? I was like, yo, this film ain't that bad. Batman and Robin, maybe I treated you too harshly, as Thanos would say. CR says, I don't think the generation likes campy. They prefer badass content, action. No, I agree. That's exactly what I said. I was like, you line up Corn Sweat, Silver Age Superman, and Henry Cavill, New 52 Energy, they will pick Henry Cavill. This crowd, again, that's made Minecraft a world phenomenon and Lilo and Stitch, that same audience, they rather Henry Cavill. I agree. Now we're going to find out what does Corn Sweat do? The bros and boomers, as I say, that's the Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning audience. You're talking about a $500 to $600 million film. If you gave them the badass Cavill, you're talking about potential $8 to $1 billion film. That's just what I feel. That's what they would do. I agree. But we're going to find out. I just deal with reality. That's all. I just deal with what's out there. They probably discovered Man of Steel. Well, we're talking about, okay, so when we say Gen Z, we're talking about people that was born before 2000. So as a teenager, they learned about Henry Cavill Superman, right? And then you got some of them, it's approaching 20s and stuff like that. They grew up with Minecraft games and stuff like that. So they grew up with Henry Cavill. They didn't grow up with Brandon Routh. Their theatrical Superman was Henry Cavill, Gen Z. So I would have gave them, but again, this is hindsight. This is all hindsight perspective that I'm giving you, is that when they made Superman, they wasn't thinking about Gen Z. They didn't think that would tip the scale for Minecraft. No one expected that, right? But now Gen Z, that generation, is a factor to box office now. It just is now. That's what happens in stock market and marketing. You get that surprise. You're like, oh, we got this new audience we didn't realize. And now Lilo and Stitch is going crazy because they grew up on Lilo and Stitch. It's a real thing, y'all. It's a real thing. Let's see here. Superman, Fantastic Four, Jurassic World are all going to try to be 4-quadrant. At the same time, hit those demographics. No, that's for real. I think Jurassic World, with ScarJo, they're trying to hit that, and Mahershala Ali and everything. It's just the tracking right now with pre-sales and everything with Jurassic World is tracking behind its predecessors. That's the report I gave y'all a couple of days ago. That's a real thing. That's a real story, right? So we'll see when Jurassic World comes out, is it really hitting? And again, we'll see if the word of mouth is there. I think it's going to make enough money. Jurassic World always makes enough money, but I'm just saying it's tracking behind its predecessors. That's what I hear. Superman feels it's hitting that 4-quadrant. Male, female, younger, older. Fantastic Four feels whatever Superman does, it's going to do it better. That's what Fantastic Four feels. Right? That's Marvel. That's Feige. They feel okay. Superman. Okay, you're gonna do 600 to 700. We're gonna do $1 billion. Right? That's how it is looking right now. Mine is Bane. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you for that. All respect to Ryu Cavill is the Superman. Yes, no, and that's what the right guy right. He said the Cavill is the Superman of this generation and probably multiple generations. And he's prematurely cut, right? And we're going to see really clear next month. The Gen Z audience is something to be reckoned with. They made Minecraft. No one Minecraft was going to do more than 50 to 60 million opening weekend. It did 130, 136, I believe, better than Barbie's opening. And Barbie, we know that became a phenomenon in itself. So you cannot underestimate the Gen Z audience. And I just feel personally, James Gunn, DC, and again, it's not their fault. This is not their fault. But they made this film. They structured this Superman film, and Gen Z was nowhere in the equation of an audience that they wanted to hit. And now they need Gen Z to, and this is again, people under 20-ish to watch this film. And I don't know if this is cool enough. It's cool for, again, the bros and the boomers, old school DC fans. People like me, I'm gonna watch all DC. I'm gonna watch it. You got my generation. You got Gen Y. You got millennials. They're going to watch James Gunn Superman. Gen Z, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to really watch that, right? You know, the generation preceding me, and like I said, baby boomers, this is their Superman, Silver Age. So that's the one caveat I'm throwing out there. That's a real thing. Because I'm going off of actual numbers that's out there that Minecraft was just a out of nowhere success because of Gen Z. Lilo and Stitch is a quintessential hit strictly because of Gen Z. They grew up with that IP. What we got with Superman? Man of Steel fits Gen Z. Like, and again, this is all hindsight, but you should have did Man of Steel 2. You really should have did Man of Steel 2 right now, because Gen Z would have ate this up easily. And even before that equation, I think the audience would have ate up Henry Cavill sequel. But when you put in the numbers, and that's what I do. See, people take their personal feelings and they put stuff in. I'm saying I'm going off of the information I have lively right now in real time. And I'm saying, man, Henry Cavill Superman would have hit crazy right now. Crazy. But no one would have predicted that, right? No one predicted Minecraft. No, you know what I'm saying? Let's catch up with the chat. I got some clips to throw y'all. I got about 15 minutes. Let me throw this up here. What Toby's saying. No one's watching the Superman 78 clips. That's what I'm saying. No, Gen Z, if they were re-release Man of Steel in theaters right now, I think it could make like 500 million. Like, opening weekend, it'd make over 100. Man of Steel, re-release Man of Steel 2013 right now. It will make about 100 million opening weekend right now, because Gen Z is hot right now in theaters. That's what I'm trying to tell you right now. All right? We're going to talk about the steam that Superman, James Gunn Superman, has too. It's two different audiences, and we'll see if it translates, right? Gen Z's all about chicken jock. That's crazy. That's wild though, but it's real. It's real. Let's check out what else chat's in. They always said they prematurely cut Cavill I hate Warner Brothers. Yeah, I feel you on that. Let's see here. Snyder would never got a chance to do a Man of Steel if Silver Age Superman Returns was a success. They wanted something new and fresh. No, exactly. That's what Man of Steel was. No one wanted Brandon Ralph, right? You know, as far as my generation, right? I grew up and they threw out their Brandon Ralph Superman. We didn't want that. We wanted what Zack Snyder. We wanted Christopher Nolan. We wanted something in the vein of Tim Burton. All right, that's my generation, right? But we're talking about a new generation that's like crushing the box office right now. And it's a real thing, and you got to take it seriously. Let's see. We're talking about Cyborg. What are we talking about? We were talking about budget. Go back to the beginning of the video. The budget. That's not even a conversation no more. Yeah, we've been and talked about that. But let's talk about. I say that, and I say like, oh, they probably should have did the Cavill Superman, but this is what we got. We got James Gunn Superman. We got Silver Age. Will this catch on? Right. So again, I played this clip here. What do we think of this again, real quick? I'll play it one more time. I said on social media that was like aura farming. I think that's what the Gen Z audience would say for that film, and I think that's what you know what it's going for. That clip, that little snippet. There's a lot of little snippets out there of this film right now, James Gunn Superman, and it's really getting a lot of activity online right now. I was surprised. Outside of Twitter, see, people, they take their view and they put it like, oh, I talked to 10 people in my real life and this is what they think. I take macro versions of what's going on with film, and I've been doing this again. I'm on 5 summers doing this now, so this isn't an isolated situation. Maybe for some of y'all, this is Superman so personal in different ways for people, and I get it. But I do this outside of just this film in this space, right? So I'm talking about marketing. James Gunn Superman is hitting on multiple audiences right now. So that's one thing. Let's do another clip here. This here, as I said months ago, crypto was hitting. yeah, crypto. So with this, again, that's another scene of crypto. You pretty much saw all the scenes of crypto except one pivotal scene at this point in the trailers and the clips. There's a new trailer that's out there, a TV spot of Superman, and then there's a TV spot that's not officially out there, but I got screen grabs from, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So that's that crypto shot right there. That's played. Crypto is a nuisance. He's a total nuisance overall. Then we got a new shot of Superman right here. Now, this is actually a pretty good shot right here. That's a good shot. That's actually a good shot. I don't know if I have a screen grab of that. No, I don't have any screen grabs. All right, so we're just going with videos right now. But pretty good shot of Superman that we haven't seen before. Isn't crypto supposed to be a lab? And does that really throws off crypto? You was a huge crypto fan before this? Because that's my thing. That's why I shouted out Money Train James earlier, Jovic, Sickness, Marcus Neo Sevens, Mr. J. People who I know they're longtime viewers of my channel, but they're not rocking with this reboot at all. But their issue is that they ain't messing with James Gunn at all. Right? And that's what I implored people. I said, yo, don't get behind false stories and false narratives out there, because that's going to be picked apart pretty easily. But if you just ain't messing with James Gunn, just stand on that. Just stand on that, not the version of the dog that crypto is. I can't really rock with you if that's that. Oh, you're not watching the movie. So if he had a lab for crypto, you was gonna watch this movie? Come on, man. Don't stand on that. Don't stand on that. Just be real. F James Gunn, right? just say that and stand on that. Don't do these little arguments. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. So you see, that's what I'm saying. See, I'll answer this question, because don't just put out another general comment. If crypto was a lab, would you be down for James Gunn Superman? That's my question to you. Since you wanted to come back and say something after that. So if it was a lab, you would be down for James Gunn Superman, right? Yovic's funny. Jovic is very funny. Because I can't respect some of these pushbacks. It's like, nah, you wasn't gonna rock with it anyway. Just say F James Gunn and stand on it. Don't say, oh, because of the dog. All right. Oh, because he's Silver Age. If he wasn't Silver Age, I will rock with it. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. Just stand on it. Toby says Cavill got that swag. I got like 10 minutes ago. Cavill got the swag. I don't know what is he, just Superman. His Superman Clark Kent was very similar to Superman animated series. I don't know how people feel about Superman. Well, I just went over a whole dissertation about I don't think Gen Z was accept this new Superman. It's about the bros and boomers and people like me who's been long time fans of DC. We're going to check out James Gunn Superman, but this generation 20 years or so and under, I don't know. Yeah, I just went through my whole spiel. It's a fun start, bro. If he was a lab, then I will rock with it. Come on now. Be real now, man. I need to see more. Okay. Thank you. Just say after. Don't give me no fake stories or fake budgets and things like that. No, this is F James Gunn. Boom. Now I know where you stand. Now I know it ain't about some fake narratives out there. My goodness. I respect people like that. So that was a couple good looks. Now this here, I'm gonna put this on loop. Let me see, because this is a pretty good look at Superman and Ultraman. Again, this is a clip they haven't officially released yet. I put it on social media, and the clips I'm showing y'all are going crazy on social media overall. This is Twitter itself, outside of Twitter as well. These are going crazy. You got Superman and Ultraman getting it on. And then you got a selfie from Miss Tessmacher as well. This clip is going crazy on social media as far as this battle And people are saying, man, will Superman win one battle in this film? I don't know. But Ultraman's going to put those paws on him. It's pretty clear what's going to happen with that. What are we thinking in the chat? What are we feeling? And yes, James Gunn will have the jokes in the middle of it. And for sure, as Jovic says here, make sure you smash the like. Make sure you subscribe. We're talking the latest notable DC stories, film, CBM, geek entertainment, box office, and the business behind it, and especially if Warner Bros. Discovery messes up. We haven't changed. I've been going on 5 summers doing this. I don't know what everybody else has been changing about, but this is what we're doing over here. And we're covering the Superman film because they've upped the marketing, and there's definitely a lot to talk about with this film right now. What we got in the chat. So if Ultraman was comic accurate, you would watch this film? I'm just asking you a question. You said with Crypto, if it was comic accurate, you would watch it, right? So if Ultraman was comic accurate, you would watch this? Or is it just F James Gunn? I'd rather you just say F James Gunn and stop with this whole, what about this? You don't care about this other stuff. No matter what James Gunn was going to do, you was not going to accept it. And that's fine. I'd rather you stand on that, Toby. I'd rather you stand on that instead of, if you would have did this, then maybe. Nah. If Gunn would have directed Henry Cavill as Superman, would you have accepted that? I'm gonna say no. I'm just gonna say no. I'm just gonna answer for you on that. If anything, folks should say F Warner Brothers. That's a thing. That's a thing. So you got that battle again. These clips again. I'm telling y'all. Yeah, and you don't gotta believe it, but I'm saying I went live today to trumpet this message that these new looks of the film is catching on to multiple audiences. It actually is. You got people with their circle jerks, and that's just all that they're stuck with. I'm saying DC is finding an audience. They're putting more money into marketing. My question is, will it reach Gen Z? Because that will take you from a $500 to $600 million film to an 7 to 8 million. So I don't know, right? The proof's going to be in the pudding with that. I've said a few streams back. It's just like with the rap, obviously, whoever that source is in the rap, they've watched my channel for the past year because they know I have sourcing. The brand recognition of Superman and the name recognition of James Gunn gives this film $500 million. It's going to make $500 million. It's going to at least open up to $100 million opening weekend. It's going to beat Jurassic World that week. And people act like they don't understand what that means. And then it's obviously going to be Smurfs. I don't know. These Smurfs fans are laughable. Y'all the most laughable people. Y'all couldn't even stand behind Jurassic World pre-sales, and that's dwindling. So y'all know Superman's going to beat Jurassic World. Now jumping to Smurfs? That's what we doing out here? That's what's hot? We jumping from mutant dinosaurs to Smurfs. That's what we doing. Come on now. I cannot respect that. Y'all know Jurassic World's done. So I just want to make it like, y'all know Jurassic World is going to be defeated now. Y'all jumping to Smurfs. Come on now, man. Come on. That's what we're doing. Did we got one more clip? We got, I don't know if any sound on this one. That's the Clark Kent. This clip is actually going crazy on social media as well, too. Clark fighting back. And again, I don't know if I have the audio, but it's a nice Clark Kent clip. All these clips I just showed y'all are doing crazy engagement across social media, not just Twitter, not just circle jerk world, as far as of Twitter, because that's what Twitter has become. I don't know if people really realize that at this point. You know, this Smurf. That's like, I don't respect any of y'all Smurfs fans. I don't respect y'all at all. I don't respect that. I don't respect. Yo, man, I don't respect them, bro. I don't respect anyone. Y'all ain't standing on real business. I thought Jurassic World was a Superman killer. Now Superman's going to defeat Jurassic World. Y'all jumped off of that really quick. Smurfs. So then you know what's going to happen. They're going to use after Smurf, then Fantastic Four, which is obviously going to do better. You know, so yeah, I don't respect y'all. Nah. Y'all should have bought those Jurassic World tickets. That's what you should have did out there. Last minute comments or questions, throw in the chat. I got about 3 minutes and I gotta cut on out of here. But the marketing, as I said, obviously is amped up for James Gunn Superman. You see all these TV spots popping up. You see new pop-ups on social media. They feel they have an audience, a silver age Superman. I do question again if Gen Z really, you know, the same audience. When I say Gen Z, I'm saying the same audience that got Minecraft. They blew that up. Same audience that blew up Lilo and Stitch. Are they gonna blow up Superman? I have my reservations of that, but I think Superman will still do, you know, enough film. And we still got idiots saying 363. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Yeah, so y'all look kind of silly now. Actually, no. We got 2 minutes. W. Mir, I would love for you to answer this question because this will kill this whole thing. Your $363 million. Well, y'all said 364, but okay, 363 million. W. Mir, is that the price before marketing or after? I would love for you to answer this live. This would be a nice clip off actually later. So W. Mir, is your 363 number that you stubbornly are hanging on to, is that before marketing or after? I give you a minute to answer. I would love for you to answer that with a straight answer. Because I'm not gonna say nothing else. I want you to answer. How much is Gunn paying me to hide the budget? That's hilarious. No. Answer the question, please, W. Answer the question, please. So before, okay. So that same article, W. Mir. I got put you because I gotta put you on Front Street and I gotta get going. That same article said that 363 number was potentially after marketing. So that article did not confirm anything that you are saying on social media. That text document does not represent the actual budget of the film. And that article does not agree with you. So do you have anything to say to that? Do you have anything to say to that? I just no. That article, because I got you caught up in arguing with you the last video. That article does not support what you just said. That article said it could be the budget after marketing, which I agree. 225 for the budget of the film, plus 150 plus marketing. Yeah, they get you close to 400 million. But you were swearing that article was confirming what you said. You said that number, and we got you on record now. That number was before marketing. That article said after marketing. Do you have anything to say to that? And it's fine if you don't, because I got closed in like 1 minute here. It's cool if you just don't comment again, actually, on that. Okay. No. See, that's what we do. That's what we do. The article doesn't support your argument at all. I pulled the article last week. I got video evidence. Okay, it's cool. So we're gonna close out. Much love to Sil Nation. I had to go live because, like I said, this Superman TV spot and these new looks of the film, it is going crazy across social media. Again, is outside of Twitter as well. It's multiple outlets. And we're going to see if that translates. And they're going to spend even more money. I mean, they're spending a lot of money into marketing. And we're going to see, what that comes to. I don't know if this dude's what is this dude talking about? I asked him a straight question. He couldn't answer it. And again, the article doesn't, you have nothing to back up your sourcing. Jonathan said the Gen Z audience are looking for social media aesthetics. Interesting. Okay. This is because I threw this out. I still got a minute left. I threw this out. I was like, I get the Silver Age, the Bros and Boomers, the Clark Lois relationship. They'll get a female. I already saw the numbers because again, I get marketing information. I get polling. I get this stuff almost daily. And I work in the marketing. So that's what I'm saying. That's kind of where my sources lie. Y'all should know this by now. So that's why I say crypto was hidden, and you see crypto in every TV spot now, because that's what I was told. Now, with Clark and Lois, they feel they got a female demographic. They got an audience. But I was like, Gen Z, of like that young audience, will you get the Minecraft audience, the Lilo and Stitch audience? So this is interesting here what Jonathan is saying. The Eve Tessmacher, the whole social media thing, robots, crypto. That'll be interesting to see, right? And we got to see if that translates. To the box office. We'll see for sure. So, yeah, I do work for marketing. Yeah, that's my thing. Like, I guess that's been clear for several years now. So I don't know. That's been pretty clear in all my videos that I work in marketing. So, interesting. I do like that take by Jonathan there. It's like, is crypto getting Gen Z? Right? So I got to kind of look into that angle a little bit more. So I actually got to close. I'm in overtime. So I got to get on out of here, y'all. Appreciate Sil Nation. This pop-up stream. When I get back home, we'll talk more about a potential phenomenon Superman. I don't know. We shall see.
Watching forever, vigilant, steady watching and listening, disciplined, militant, killing these dudes that started visiting. What's the latest word, yo, Sil? We need to know. Tell us what you heard, yo, Sil. We need to know the ins and outs. Who's walking out, buying in? We need to know your thoughts on what you do to stream a hell of a show. Let's go. One hell of a show. Let's go.